Okay, for those of you who are struggling with, getting your corners to really look crisp, natural, and make them look like they carry over and the rocks line up, we're getting ready to do a corner here that some of the rocks actually don't line up. We have these rocks here. That's going to be easy enough to transition. That will line up. We have these rocks here line up. But right here we have, one stone, but it turns into two on this other panel. So these are the situations where you have to get a little bit creative and you have to use the grinder to, essentially manipulate the rock to make it look like it should and have it transfer over to make it look natural. So on this situation here, what I would do is, since we have two rocks here, I'm actually going to take a grinder and I'm going to cut a mortar joint in this stone right here. So it'll end that stone and it'll turn it into one. And when I mud this corner, I'm going to mud over these two rocks to make it look like this is a corner rock. And it will also end this rock here and start another here. But I'll put a V-cut with a grinder so that it mimics that mortar joint. So it's going to break up this rock so we can, again, make it look more natural. And the bottom two stones, those will line up. So those are pretty easy. But it's always key, again, to make sure that you're not only just going with what's there, but you have to manipulate these rocks in certain scenarios to make sure that it looks natural. We're back at the corner. Just got done grinding out that joint that I was talking about. The other thing I want to point out too is a lot of the mistakes I see some people making is, you see how we've notched these grout lines out as well. So typically this will just be flat along the edge of this panel, and these grout lines actually won't be notched out. You have to go in with a 4-inch grinder and make sure that you're V'ing those and notching those grout lines so that when we mud these stones, we can carry those grout lines from one side to the other. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is you're going to try to do a grout line here, and once you get to that edge and there's no notch out for the grout line, it's going to hit that panel and it's going to look very unnatural.